standards of Indian football are horrible. They don't care about a national team. The national team coach is only going to have 20 days a year with the team. So, what do you expect? If we don't believe in Indians as Indians, who's going to believe in Indians? We have to start first. Can't be thinking short term anymore at all because that's all we've been doing. Why I still think that we are far away from world class level, because the number of players who I see doing what Harry Kane does. So I was telling them Harry Kane being the captain of England, going to Bayern Munich, still after every session takes 600 free kicks, 300 left, 300 right from all areas. Even now, he doesn't need to. He's done, but he still does it. And how many Indian players have I seen working after training? Zero. Not even one. So I'm talking about the Indian national team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even one. That means they don't want to get better. They're so fucking comfortable. They know that even if they are really bad, they'll still get a multi-crore offer because there is no one in Indian football. Why is there no one in Indian football? There is no academies. That's why I have one little academy. Is got 26 players currently in the ISL. That's where merit comes in, by the way. So if I didn't have to pay 18 crores, I would have had 4 squads in the ISL, man. Because you can only play 5 Indians. So I could have had 5 squads in the ISL. So you need to basically focus on the youth. Again, like you said, oh my God, why is it's not rocket science? Exactly why I've been banging my head against the wall. That um, you've seen that I have got no money, I've got no sponsors, but we were able to within our third year be the under 13, under 15, under 16, under 18, and national senior champion. Why? Because of the youth. I didn't go buy the players and do I have some magic? No, we just play morning, evening, morning, evening, morning, evening. Does anyone do that in India? No. So why not now? Because earlier I was saying that maybe they'll see my success, then they'll copy me. Maybe they'll do it after seeing that, okay, man, he's doing it consistently over so long. But no one gets it.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. You hear about John Abraham. I know he's a part owner in Northeast United. He's come out and said he's doing a private academy. But then that was my other question. I was like, surely there's like 20 Ranjits that just put private academies.
Exactly.
That then, because if the ISL is so useless, then hopefully a private academy model would work. I know it's not as sustainable as a club, but in terms of boosting Indian football,
No,
no, it's
see,
very interesting.
no, there are a lot of private academies, but they are academies who are there for pay and play. For example, we have Baichung Bhutia. And it's not by the way, it's not Baichung Bhutia's academy. He sold it to some company who uses that name for running that academy. And it's just a pay and play academy. For example, Barcelona and Real Madrid or even Tottenham had come here. And a lot of other clubs have come here. So they are just focusing on the rich Indians, which there are now a lot. And that's why they are only there in the capital cities near the big projects where they can just, have this. Because the same kid who's also doing that will also the next month be going to Virinder Sehwag's Cricket Academy or Yuvraj Singh's Cricket Academy, and then the next month going to the NBA Reliance Academy for basketball, and then doing that as well. They're not serious footballers. We need residential academies where their thing is that we have come here to play football, and my life's goal is what? I want to be a footballer. I want to play in Europe. I want to be a world champion. They have to be having that, manifesting that from an age of 6 7 and making them believe, because all the kids in European Premier League academies think they are going to be the next Phil Foden or Jude Bellingham. None of them think that, oh, we are going to be playing in the Premier League. They just think that big because somebody's done that. And the only place they think like that is Minerva, because from day one when they come in, they're told, who are we? Champions. So all my World Cup batch has the actual World Cup logo here saying World Cup 2034. So when they see it, that this is our batch and this is what is being planned for us 15 years in the future.
Wow, it's that mindset to live and breathe.
Yeah, it's all manifest. See, if you don't believe it yourself, it's never going to happen. We Indians need to start, like, same with the coaches. Now, come on, you don't develop players, okay? You say we are developing players because good players come. Fuck all good players come. The ones who don't get jobs abroad come here. Okay, the same with our cricketers. The ones who don't get into the first teams here get to the national teams of the USA or Nigeria, or for that matter, something like that. So
Yeah.
this
Kenya,
is the, yeah,
Netherlands, yeah.
that's what exactly. So that's the same thing in football happening here, and the same with coaches. So you mean to say there's not even one Indian coach who's good enough to be the head coach of the ISL? So that means you're not developing players, but how are you developing Indian coaches? And the only guy who's there by mistake, because the last time the guy was fired, is is Khalid Jamil, and he's done so well. But you would never give him a chance. You keep hiring Goras again and again, again and again. For a national team, you don't need to hire a Gora, man. Because a Gora does not know that a Punjabi needs to be kicked up his ass and a Bengali needs to be talked with a hand on a shoulder. Because they're
Yeah.
sensitive people and Punjabis need a kick up their ass. And see, I can say that because I'm a Punjabi, so
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
Punjab, me
Sanda.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we need to kick up our ass. So it's and or even Haryanvi. So there's a very different way. Then if I know I have to look, I know it's a stereotype, but that's the way it is. That if I have to look for a centre back or a goalkeeper, I go to Punjab.
Yeah.
Okay. If I have to look for quick wingers, I go to Manipur or Mizoram. I already know that. And I already know that the best 10 centre backs in India currently are this guy. So what happens with the international coach? By the time he comes to know everything about India, the cultures, the people, you fire him.
Yeah.
What's
There's
the
no
point?
local
Yeah,
expertise.
either
The
you
local
keep him for
expertise.
5 years minimum, because football is not an overnight game. The national team coach is only going to have 20 days a year with the team. So what do you expect? Yeah, man.
I didn't know it was
So
that low.
yeah, so
I didn't know it was
ISL,
that
the
low.
great ISL, okay. So why do you think a ranking is like this? Because they don't care, bro. They don't care about a national team. So what happened was even the Qatar League and the Saudi Arabian League was closed for the Asian Cup. 1 month before, they told Ronaldo that fucking go home for the holiday because doesn't matter how much we are paying you. We are not going to be playing for 1 month because we are preparing a national team for the Asian Cup. Because that's how serious we are about getting to the World Cup. And what did India do? We didn't stop our ISL till the last day. 4 people came the next day after the first match.
But
That's how
Ranjit,
much we care about the Asian Cup.
I thought the ISL like season is really small compared to like other countries, right?
So
It's a very
again, let's
small
come.
league.
Okay,
So
no, it's
how
not.
does it
It's
like
not.
go
It
over?
it actually goes on. The number of matches are small, but it goes on for 5 6 months with breaks in the middle, and the
Oh,
breaks are because Star Sports is also showing the IPL, and
oh, for
IPL
God's
gets
sake.
precedence over everything in the country. So if you are football, you're fucked. So your season depends on the IPL season. Simple as that. It doesn't depend on the weather. That's why we play in April at 45 degrees heat in 4 o'clock, the I League and the ISL. Why? Because in May, they're about to start the IPL.
Yeah.
So get the hell out of TV. Get the hell off TV now. So, and why is that? Because the commercial body who owns us owns the rights of IPL. But they care more about IPL because they've actually invested so much money there. If they don't make enough money, they'll die. So they can fuck football because we own football, man. Who no one's gonna care. That's the body which owns football. Reliance.
Crazy. My
Bro,
goodness.
too many bombs have been broken in you, broken by me on you guys, and I
No,
think
no.
you'll take a lot of time to recover from this, because
Yeah.
you were living in a very la la land. But again, like I'm saying, the great thing is, the time you've contacted me, it's not looking bleak at all. Finally, today is a day. It's not looking bleak, and hopefully within 10 15 days there'll be a new dawn and there'll be revolutionary changes. And very soon, I hope, uh, I'll be back here with you with a big smile on my face and saying it's worked and we are on it, guys, and we are on to the right direction.
That day
Yeah.
we're gonna call ourselves the lucky charms of Indian football.
Yeah. 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 No, I have so
Oh
many
my
funny
goodness.
stories. I went in January and for Bangalore for a wedding, and I saw a BFC game. And obviously the atmosphere in the crowd was really good, but the standard of football, obviously, I know Gurpreet Singh Sandhu was there, Sunil Chetri playing, but obviously wasn't the best. But I was so happy to see the fan culture. But I'll tell you a really funny story. So my nani lives in Pune, and this was before Pune City FC, before the ISL. I must have been 12 or 13. and I was still playing here in England. And I went to an I-League game, and my brother-in-law lives in Pune. And he said, "Oh, do you want to go to a Pune FC game?" Back then when Narata was playing. And he told me about 2 hours before. And I used to go to the Emirates a lot with my dad. And I said, "There's no way you can get tickets. It's 2 hours before. Like, surely the game's sold out." And he went, "No, no, no. One of my mates, he was 18, 19 at the time, and I was probably 10, 11. He goes, "Oh, one of my mates, he can get us in." And I went, and I obviously watched it. And that was my first time of Indian football. Obviously, it was very poor, not much attendance years ago. But it's just that reaction of being from England to then being like, "Oh, we can go on the day. There's still tickets."
On the
And it
day,
was
like
like,
2 hours
yeah,
to go. Yeah.
yeah,
But I think that's going to be, when you said it's going to like grow now or in the next couple of decades, whenever it might be, that's going to be the beauty of it, right? That's why in England and the rest of Europe, football's loved by like everyone. Even if you personally don't like football, you appreciate the role of it in society. And that phase of
Yes.
where like, it's starting to grow,
Yes.
the
Yes.
the
Because
trajectory starting to look up, that'll be lovely, even if it's not
yeah, because see,
physics
you are
standard
there
yet.
for the time when it's actually growing,
It's
and
on its
that
way,
feeling.
right?
Yeah, because see, even when you're on the top and you have a couple of hiccups, you're used to being on the top, and
Yeah,
then you're
yeah.
feeling bad because you have hiccups. When you're at the bottom and then you're going up, that feeling is unbelievable. So success hits you different when no one believes in you. That's what they say. So
yeah,
Agreed,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
No, I've got some friends that are Aston Villa fans, and look at them with Gerrard battling relegation now. Unai Emery, they're getting to quarterfinals of Champions
imagine.
Leagues only 4 or 5 years, and they cannot believe it that
Yeah.
PSG is coming to
Good,
Villa Park.
good evening, good evening, good evening. And he hates that. Yeah,
Yeah.
good evening, good evening. He smacks you up. So
Oh,
see, but bro, you see that it's possible. You have a good coach, even when you have 20 days. And I'm saying 20 days for the whole year means they get 2 days or 3 days before the international game. So a national
yeah,
team coach cannot do much. And that's why I wanted Indians, because they have a little bit see, if you want to develop coaches, with if you have foreigners in the team, you need a foreigner, because you need to control them and you need to probably have someone they respect as well. Whereas with an all Indian team, you need an Indian. Maybe he can have top class assistant coaches who are foreigners, who are specialists in their position, like a free kick specialist, and you have a defense specialist, and you have attacking. I mean, or whatever, man. You have your specialist with him, but you need to have a man manager. So Alex Ferguson was never a coach; he was a man manager. The coaching was done by someone else. He used to have the right eye, telling the people, okay, this is what we need to focus on. This is what we need to focus on. Get me the results, and the coach used to do the job. And that's what probably you can have the foreigners do. But doing the man management part is the most important thing. And I have seen all the World Cups which have been won by managers. They've been won by people who've been from their own country. Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't win the World Cup if you're not from that country. So if you're looking at that and that's your aim, you start developing your coaches. If we don't believe in Indians as Indians, who's going to believe in Indians? We have to start first. So if our Indian billionaires, I know you're spending a lot of money, but the ones who are coming 8, 9, 10, they can't get worse than that, man. Give an Indian a chance, maybe he proves you wrong. We Indian coaches are so great that you give us a chance, and the ones who are maybe in their 30s or 40s, or maybe maximum early 50s, because you want to develop them for the future. Don't give a 75-year-old job.
Yeah.
Nothing against him, but who's he going to help later? For example, with the PIOs, the problem is the PIOs come here. If they give up their passport, no problem. But if they think they're going to come here with the same passport, go back and take their passport, they're coming here for the wrong reasons. They're going to be big stars here. They're going to make a lot of money in Indian football once they come here. Are they going to invest the money in Indian football? Because if it was an Indian, he would have invested the money in Indian football and opened an academy here and given his expertise here. Any country, a PIO will come here, make his money like the IPL and fuck off from there and open an academy probably there. So
Yeah.
we need to be looking at every decision, what we make, how is it going to help us in the long term? We
yeah,
can't be thinking short term anymore at all, because that's all we've been doing. And in football, anyone who thinks short term will fail, because football is something which is always long term if you want progress.
yeah. No, I think that's a terrific point to end it. And but we have some. We'll now do the game section,
Yeah,
which will be fun.
yeah,
That I mentioned before. So yeah, our first one is we want you to build your out of anyone. This is world football now. build your perfect footballer. So whose right foot would you want to start with?
Oh my God. Okay. So I would right now say Declan Rice.
Oh, good choice. 2 free kicks. That's a great choice. Fair
Right
enough.
now
Of
it's
course, you think that's a great
perfect,
choice.
man.
I'm stuck here with two
Fair enough.
gooners.
Yeah.
Left foot. Left foot.
With people who've played in the past.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. This is your Ranjit's perfect footballer. Who would you
Chun,
want in a footballer?
Chunida
Wow.
Goswami. He used to be both and left and right. Can you imagine? He was the only one who's played first class cricket, been in Ranji finals, and he's been an Asian Games gold medalist, and he's been a footballer over 100 internationals. So he was a complete
Wow.
athlete.
Wow. We're learning. We're learning, Jay. I didn't
Oh
know that.
wow.
Let's go pace.
Pace.
Speed.
Ah,
Yeah.
the old Ronaldo.
Old
R9.
Ronaldo.
Yeah,
R9.
by far.
Wow.
No one
Wow.
can touch him. Yeah.
Strength. Strong.
Uh, uh, how can I fucking forget his name? The little pitbull man who's the manager now. Gattuso.
Gattuso.
Yeah.
AC
Yeah,
Oh,
Milan.
interesting.
Gattuso.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Even as a
I
manager, he's showing his strength around him. So he's
yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Dribbling.
Ah, has to be probably Messi, man. It can't be anybody better than Messi. Has to
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
In
Yeah.
dribbling means it's only him. I mean,
Fair enough.
by far. So the only one who's consistently dribbled past three or four people again and again and again, and no one else
Yeah.
in the world
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what dribbling is. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And if
Passing.
you talk about one of my
Yeah.
players, Nongdamba Naurem, and he scored 2 goals. Both of them were nominated for Puskas. Okay. And I'll send you those 2 goals. So while we're talking about this, you can even probably play them on
Oh well, passing.
passing.
Yeah.
Oof.
Short passing, long range.
Uh, Javi.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Like, see the best. Anyone who scans 10 times in 10 seconds, it has to be the best passer because that means he knows his space. If you're the best
Yeah.
scanner, you'll be the best passer because you'll know exactly where your space is.
Yeah. Two more. So the next one is similar, but I want to see your answer. Football IQ. What footballer in the world would you have take his IQ?
Oof. Um, Rudiger.
Rudiger. Wow. Interesting. Why?
Because um, he actually had a plan for Holland. And that time Holland was scoring 3 a match.
Yeah, yeah.
And the way he defended against him, he didn't try to go body body. The way he was defending, people would think is funny, but it was the basic of defending. That means he got so low and he made sure because he was, so you can't touch him because it's a foul. So if you are bending forward like this and you are looking at the ball from this side or this side of the body, that's also meaning that you've got this much distance between him. So Haaland is much faster than Rudiger. So if he turns and runs on him, Rudiger has no chance. But this bending like this means this is the space he has. The moment the ball comes, he's got this much space to turn and run if it's on the sides. If it's not there, he can just make sure he's blocking him with not letting him
Mm.
turn, being right next to him. So I don't think any centre back would have come back with that kind of plan with him. They would probably try to cover him or mark him or be physical with him. And he didn't. He did the
Wow.
basics of defending. Keep your distance if somebody's faster than you, bigger than you, and
Yeah.
somebody who's used to using his body size and being bigger than everyone else finally did that with someone bigger than him.
Interesting. And yeah, last one of this game is heading. Whose heading would you take?
Jackson Singh, the only guy
Jackson
who's
Singh.
the only guy who scored a World Cup goal for India by his header. That's it.
Fair enough.
Otherwise,
Fair enough.
otherwise, it's always has to be Sergio Ramos because it's not only heading; it's heading when it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he said, it was the message he was showing the 94th minute, and that's how we won it. And they let him go. So, I mean, the leader. Either it
Yeah.
has to be, and both these guys, by the way, are Man U guys, and I hate myself for saying that. But I would rather have Eric Cantona or a Roy Keane leading my side any
Yeah,
single day. As a leader, they are the leaders I want because they will die for you on the field.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Who's
That
the
they were
player
great.
I would never? Who's the player I would never want in my team?
Go on.
Oh, Ozil.
What?
Ozil, what luxury
Really?
player? Luxury
Yeah,
number 10. Luxury
yeah.
number 10.
Because that's what I teach my boys. That nowadays you not nowadays every time in a football match because you're 22 of them by basic sense because the game's going on for 50 minutes, no player will have the ball for more than 2.5 3 minutes. So for a coach it's what you do for the other 88 minutes which is more important than those 2 minutes because everybody in your fucking team is a good footballer. So it's no big deal unless you can in those 2 minutes you can score 3 goals like Haaland. But even Haaland presses and even Ronaldo presses now in the Saudi Arabian league. So nowadays you don't have any Ozils, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Even though that was the luck,
takes
that was
that
the great
away.
thing, but that's over. Sadly, you have only room for athletes now, and
Yeah,
especially for Indians, we need to be athletes. That's the only place we are falling back from everybody, and that's why I really want them to always be going hard at the game. And you'll see when you see them come and play, we'll be. I'm telling you now, we'll be dominating every European team. Doesn't matter which team comes to us. We'll dominate the shit out of them. Why? Not because we are better. Number one, because we believe that we're going to be champions in each trophy, and the second thing is because our lung capacities of these young guys is enormous. What we are doing with them here right now, the training they're going through, is what so Minerva is also, by the way, an armed forces academy. So since that's what my grandfather started, he was a colonel in the army. In fact, we're the oldest and the largest in the country. We've had 40,000 officers in the armed forces.
Wow.
We have had like the Victoria Cross there is here, the PVC, the Paramveer Chakra. There was a movie made of one of our boys called Vikram Batra, Shersha. He's one of our boys. So that's where the warriors thing comes from because that's our legacy. And we've got an entire obstacle course which is meant for the armed forces training, which is there for the armed forces boys. But we use the same training for the footballers. And I'm talking about not just that training. I'm talking about the mental training.
mm,
So I just let's end this by giving you the most important fact of the entire thing. I have 18 titles. I have 18 national and international, 3 international and 15 national titles. None of them were with the same team. It wasn't one great Galacticos team winning everything. It was the under 13 twice, under 15 thrice, under 16 once, but different teams every time, under 18, futsal, senior, then Gothia, Mina, Subroto, whatever. 18 titles, but how many finals did I play?
I'm assuming 18.
Exactly.
Jeez, no losses.
Why? Because it's you never the better team in the final. If you're playing a national final, that means both the teams are good and the difference is maximum this much. It's about who believes in himself more. And we need Indians to think like that because we lose half the battles outside. We need to think like champions and we need to believe in ourselves more because are there Indians playing in the Premier League but who are not Indians but Indian blood? Yes. Are the Indians playing in other leagues which are the best in the world but they don't have Indian citizenship but are Indians? Yes. Like Saprit saying, or you got so many boys in the Premier League. So then what's the problem? If we do the same thing here with 1.4 billion people, that means actual 1.4 billion people, you think we can't do it? Yes, we can. So that's the
Yeah,
dream.
that is the dream. Okay, last quick game. This should take 2 seconds. It's called Stay Quiet Until You Hear Better Striker. First striker, Harry Kane. Second striker, Robert Lewandowski. Victor. Oh, I'm
Harry Kane, Harry
stopping.
Kane, Harry Kane,
Fine. Victor Osman, Karim
Harry Kane,
Benzema,
Harry Kane.
Aguero.
Oh, fuck. Aguero's a false nine, man. That's what I was talking about, a false nine. So Harry Kane, striker, you said, proper number nine.
Yeah. Samuel Eto'o,
Harry Kane. Oh, fuck, I didn't know Kane was that good. Harry Kane,
Erling Haaland.
Haaland,
Fine. Carlos Tevez,
Haaland,
Fernando Torres,
Haaland,
Wayne Rooney,
Haaland,
Thierry Henry.
Oh, Henry. Henry.
Fine. Brazilian Ronaldo.
Oof. Ronaldo.
Luis
Brazilian Ronaldo.
Suarez. Luis Suarez.
Brazilian Ronaldo.
Didier Drogba.
Ronaldo.
Robin van Persie.
Ronaldo.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Fuck Ronaldo. But for different things, Zlatan, but as a striker, Ronaldo.
There
See,
we go.
the phenom at his best was by far the best I've ever seen. I don't know about Pele. I don't know about Maradona because I've never seen them play. But this guy, when he was this 2-3 years, oh, unstoppable, man.
Ranjit, that's all the games. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
man.
so much,
Really
man.
appreciate it.